Under the guise of a rather pedestrian trail, the reward is nothing short of the Holy Grail. You have chosen wisely, offering a campsite that is second to none with the power to inspire dreams of adventure. Of course, there are trails and cocktails. Can't skip the critters on this show, and the real reason y'all are here. So we just got done with Pothole Road, and now we're back on House Rock Road, which we did a majority of it last night after I got done with a hiking trail. And it was late, I couldn't film. Just your typical flat, washboardy road, as I'm sure you can tell right now. But there are a couple washouts, and they're not terrible, but if you're in a two-wheel drive or something, you might have your hands full. But this is a good way, I believe, to connect to these network of trails that overlook the Grand Canyon. And there should be some campsites over there. Given that it's 4:45, I may hold up my end of the bargain and set up shop before dark. Back on 89. I feel like I could have just stayed on this road for 2 days. But I decided to say forget about all the other little offshoots to see, like I think it's called Marble Canyon, the very start of the Grand Canyon. I'm going straight to, I think it's called Buffalo Road or Trail or something. I'll put it up here so you guys know where I'm going. And taking that straight to the North Rim and go check that out and find a spot. This innocuous turn from US 89A is the start of our trail and adventure. I would suggest using this area to air down so you can keep your fillings in your teeth. So the first two signs on Buffalo Ranch Road, I wasn't wrong, I just forgot woods, but it is not snow plowed, and watch out for flash floods. I feel like those are two things I am not gonna have to worry about because I've never seen it snow when it's over 100 degrees. But I can't imagine I'm gonna film a lot on this because it is, like they said, just flat, hot, dusty. It's where bad guys came to die in the Old West. Oh no! We got something to do! It's not flat road anymore! That's why I pop a tire, because I'm talking slick. Alright, so we just turned onto, well, really just turned into, great name. Can you see me at all? There we go. NF 445H. It's a very well thought out name for this trail, but it says it's less than 3 miles. It's supposed to be easy, and it's supposed to hug the rim. So, fingers crossed all that is correct, and that we have a camp spot. Look at that, it sure does hug the rim. Job, couldn't help it. So, first open campsite, and I don't get real gushy about stuff, but why don't you guys take a look at this? Oh, not that guy. What about this? What about that? Holy, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. So, we're halfway down this trail. I'm gonna go look at the rest, but this is like you hear about something your whole life and you're just like, it's gonna be cool. Like, it's bananas cool. Holy, wow. Wow. Well, there's a truck behind me. I went with the last spot. Took the trail to the very end. Doesn't look that cool. Or does it? So, Grand Overland has now done the Grand Canyon. And I'm sure you've noticed, if you're a loyal viewer, all 10 of you, I haven't had a trail and cocktails segment on this trip. And it's windy, so I hope this comes out all right. But it's been over 100 degrees every day, and it's not like I can go over to the pool or hang out in the house, and alcohol hasn't sounded that great. But I think it's time that we whip something up. What do you guys think? Vodka, gin, tequila based, or mezcal based? Let's go rummage and find something that's worthy of that. Every time I go to make a new drink, and I get behind this table in front of the camera, I'm like, oh look, this place is even better than the last. But would you look at that? It's the Grand Canyon. So at this moment in life, anytime I thought like, it sucks, things don't go my way, I didn't do this, and that, she didn't call me back, well, I didn't call her back, let's be honest. I wish that was the case. I'm making a cocktail on camera on the edge of the Grand Canyon. Pretty freaking unbelievable. I decided to go with something that would commemorate the moment, as Grand Overland is visiting the grandest of canyons. And let me tell you, really side note, real quick, you think something's gonna be cool, and then you see it in person and it's up here. If you haven't seen it, come see it. It's freaking bananas. Side note, on that side note, nobody's here, which is even better. But anywho, this drink is the grand finale. Grand Overland, Grand Canyon, grand finale. And in this drink, we're gonna have vodka, which if you remember, got this nice bottle and this nice jar of honey from Honeyville over in Durango. Lemon, blackberries, and a little soda water. I do not have ice because it's been 100+ degrees for the past 4 days. It'd have killed my Jackery and fridge trying to keep it well below freezing just to have some ice for this. So the ingredients are cold, it's good enough. But let's get into it. First things we gotta do is juice this lemon. And if you're trying to be fancy about it, you're trying to impress a lady or a man, or both. I don't know what kind of night you have going on. Keep a little bit for garnish. Because you know, we like to look professional when we do these things. All right, we're going to, oh, is this gonna be one of those where I can't get it open on camera? Nope, got it. Go ahead and squeeze this right into your tin. Thinking about getting some clear tins so you guys can see what's going on. I don't know. I feel like I need all new stuff for this little segment. Make it a little bit better. And no, I am not leaving a lemon on the edge of the Grand Canyon. I will pick that up. Wow, it's like when you're on a date and she's cute, but you see someone else that comes in and they're cuter and you're a jerk because you keep on like looking over. That. I know you guys are all just looking at that and like, I'm the person you came with and you're probably regretting it, but there's a saying somebody taught me way back when in high school. What was it? It doesn't matter who you go out with, it's who you go home with. I feel like that could get some people in some trouble, but it's not for me to worry about. All right, let's get a little of this honey, and if it makes this drink as good as the last one that we made with it, then we are in for a treat. Let's just go a little bit more. That is going to be sticky tomorrow. Awesome. And on the table. All right, let's make my life easier later. Let's go, I don't know, 5 blackberries. Whatever your level of blackberry love is, go with that. Let's go ahead and muddle these up. Get the blackberries nice and squishy. All right. And as always, sorry for the wind, hope you can still hear this. One shot, but that's not how we play. Taste, I believe is what it's called. And since shaking would be futile because I do not have any ice, we shall stir it. James Bond would be so upset. All right, you know what? Just so it looks like we did it right. And we'll get rid of the seeds, right? We'll get rid of the seeds. Go ahead and strain that into your vessel of choice. And now I'm kind of glad we really strained it because it is clogging up pretty good. All right. Next thing we need to do, granted this would look a lot different with the ice in there, top it off with some soda water. Because we like things to look good, throw a few blackberries in there. That is a monster. Go ahead and garnish it. And there you have it, without ice, a grand finale, a grand overland at the Grand Canyon. See, that is good. And after a freaking super hot day, only 110, this will do the trick. And I mean, that is really good. So let me tell you this. If your milkshake didn't bring to the boys to the yard, this drink might. So thank you for staying tuned for another episode of Trails and Cocktails with Grand Overland and me. I'm Dane, if you haven't figured that one out yet. I am going to finish this, wrap all this up, get camp ready, and you know, depending how tonight goes, given where we are, we might have to do a part 2 at the same location, but you'll have a good night, and I will see you later on Grand Overland. I never get tired of these aerial shots, and I hope you don't either. The layers, the depth, the unending grandiose structures, they combine to show the forces of Mother Nature and Father Time, while making you feel rather humbled, yet privileged to see such momentous wonders in a unique and special way. A melted color palette of a sunset was a perfect way to end such a memorable day. So there are gaggles of ground owls here, and they will answer you. Ever see a sunrise from the Grand Canyon? Well, now you have. You're welcome. This is my version of a cup of coffee. Oh, I didn't see you come in. Well, good morning. was a pretty sweet night. It was super warm, not crazy warm, but did have this guy, bag operated fan, made all the difference in the world. Got cold-ish, like cooler, like at 4 a.m. But really no complaints, but let's see what kind of view we're waking up to over here. I know, state-of-the-art window tint. Looks like sweet sunglasses, if you ask me. Oh, and there you go. Back right up to the old Grand Canyon. Now, some people ask me, like, why Overland? Car camp, wouldn't be fancy about it, versus just, you know, get a hotel. Not a lot of hotels have views like this, and if they did, I don't think I could afford it. But gonna get breakfast going, enjoy this day, and hang out with this view. It is, well, you don't need my word. You can see it for yourself. Pretty A-okay. He realizes what kind of breakfast with the view he has. Before you get your pitchforks and torches, Dewey was attached to me and very safe. Watching this crow escort a hawk out of the area is some cheap entertainment, if not even a bit mesmerizing. Okay, I realize I'm coming off like the kid in American Beauty, filming the plastic bag floating away in the wind. But these guys legitimately look like they're having fun as they ride thermals a mile above the earth, but still at eye level. The hotel room was nice. I mean, yeah, it was comfortable. The dining's a little weird. It's got a rodent problem. These chairs aren't too comfortable. But you got that, which makes up for a lot. Unfortunately, I ran out of breakfast burritos yesterday. So I'm having a sandwich for breakfast, and you can't have a sandwich without some Doritos. And this guy is gonna hope I drop some, and hopefully not in that direction, but how is that for a brunch spot? We're going with brunch. Now if I could just find somebody to serve up some mimosas, they're looking good. All right, so whether you're a pro, seasoned veteran, or it's your first time, some tips help. And these things, hello. These guys right here, 1 gallon double wall vacuum sealed jugs from Arctic have been a complete lifesaver. This is also from Arctic, but this was sent to me by the people in Montrose that take care of the Rim Rocker Trail for some stuff way back when. But I've got 3 of those gallon jugs. There's some slots in the back of the truck that keep them secure, but it has been 110 degrees. And every time I pour that water, it's not like freezing cold, but it is a cool temperature. So they're about 30 some odd dollars. No, I did not get those for free. I'm not at all sponsored by Arctic, but they make some good stuff, and whether you get them or something like them, I recommend it. I know people like put the big water containers on top of their vehicles. Like I've got that for cooking and cleaning and whatnot, but when you're out in the desert, having water that is not boiling hell hot, it makes a huge difference. So yeah, if you're looking to make a little bit of an upgrade, that would be worth it. A few bucks goes a long way. I decided to take this a leisurely stroll around the rim. And when you see it from one side versus the other, like all this is like undercut, cantilevered, and you can see like across the way where they break loose and fall down, and you can see like the depressions, like how over here it's already working its way out from the side of the cliff and it's gonna go way down there and kablambo. So it's a little nerve-wracking walking over this stuff, but it's kind of hard not to check it out. I mean, look, from the side, you know your SOL, but from the top you wouldn't know, and you can see it as like where it's starting to calve off. Is that what they call it? Let's see if we can't get a better look. I'm not even gonna know what this looks like until I get home and download it, because I'm too scared. I'm too scared. Hey, buddy. Hi. Always have to go on a Steve Irwin style walkabout and track down some critters along with some history. But seriously, like, you know, maybe you were camping with me and had a couple too many trails and cocktails, and you have to get up in the middle of the night and relieve yourself and just like that is, it's just like no warning. You're just done, gone. There is no shortage of pokey things out here in the desert, but there is usually some beauty nearby. All right, one more semi-pro tip. It is warm out here, and you notice I'm wearing long sleeve. There are biting flies everywhere. No mosquitoes, but these little guys come over. You don't really feel anything, and then you have like this chunk of flesh just missing out of you. And it feels so good. So this is something you just wear, like usually fly fishing or something, but it's super lightweight. It's UV protectant, it breathes, dries really quick. Put it on and it's been fine. And then also have kind of the same thing, lightweight, quick dry pants. I know I look like somebody got a lost and found box and just put it together as a person, but not hot, too hot, and nothing's eating me, which is awesome. So little stuff like that will make or break how your trip goes and how annoyed you are and how long you want to stay somewhere. And I mean, this shirt was like, I don't know, $15 off of Amazon. Kind of just like a dry fit, but maybe that'll help you on your next trip. Okay, we get it. Yours is bigger. Although, you might want to get that checked out at the clinic, man. Well, I was a couple minutes from leaving and realized I haven't gone and checked out this corner of my lot. I bought it, it's my lot. And it is pretty sweet. If I had some bigger cojones, I would walk out through all of this to that point right there and look straight down to the canyon. But as you can see, it's falling away, and I didn't have a breakfast cocktail, so I don't have the testicular fortitude to walk out there. But don't forget to explore all the possibilities at your campsite, because there probably is some cool stuff that you didn't see. I mean, it's like the fall is so long, you get time to contemplate how dumb you were for doing what you did in the first place before you hit. And I don't need that kind of time. Nice hot day. And those people down there are really making the best of it. Man, looking through these cracks really gives me the heebie-jeebies. Heebie-creebies. Man, it's a rough place to be in being a YouTube guy when you've got a face for radio and a voice for the newspaper. All right, you see giant eye bolts like this, just for perspective. Pretty freaking big. In the ground, some stakes over here. Makes me think there's something happening over the edge. Yeah, there's another, I guess, bolt I don't know what was going on there. But I can tell you right now, F that. There's no freaking way. Felicia, there's no way. All right, I'm about ready to go. And it's a good thing because it looks like some storms are rolling in. And given how these trails are, just sand and dirt, it's gonna turn them into some super gross, instant, unflavored oatmeal that they wouldn't even serve in an orphanarium. So I think it's time to kick it in high gear and skedaddle. Well, someone's figured out how to live his best camp life. Hang out on the bed of the truck and check out what's going on. When are you gonna put those teeth back in your head, huh, Dewey? You're just letting them hang out. Well, I think that is it for the Grand Canyon. Oh, there an echo. Is that what I sound like? Jeez. Sorry that you guys have to listen to me sound like that. Yeah, so I think we're done here. Sorry we didn't do another trails and cocktails. Just didn't have time this afternoon. But I think we could squeeze one in before we get home. I think we're going to, me and the dog, head towards Colorado, maybe the Durango area, camp out there. Then maybe make good trails and cocktails, because I already know what I want to make. It's a little spicy, it's a little tropical, and it has my old friend tequila in it. But if you've ever thought about seeing the Grand Canyon, like I have, but I always blew it off. I'm like, yeah, it's a tourist trap. Been out here for, I guess it's only been 24 hours-ish. Haven't seen anybody else except for one van at the start, and that's it. Like, it's just been me and the dog hanging out with an oddly large amount of birds. But get on your horse, whatever you drive, make it out here. As long as it's not raining, it's not a hard trail. Whatever you think about it, it's gonna blow your mind. It is so freaking cool. It's a must-see. Warp drive engaged. And this is why you check things, people. I'm actually just getting out to air up the tires and notice that my battery is completely loose, and so lucky that there was not bigger issues. So, let this be some sort of a lesson. Always bring at least the bare minimum when it comes to tools, so simple stuff like this doesn't derail your whole adventure. And keep an eye on stuff. People always think that you're breaking things, doing like crazy trails that are made for buggies. Oh, which you do, but I mean, that's the obvious stuff like snapping an axle, but corrugated, long dirt roads will tear apart a car quicker than almost anything else. So, before you leave camp, which I didn't, do a quick check. I mean, I don't know if I would have noticed this, it's kind of lucky, but say hopefully disaster avoided. Does everybody hate airing up as much as I do, or is it just me? Well, I will say, thanks to Playover Bead Lockers that recommended Buy Air, it is smaller than my last one, it's faster, and way quieter. Beyond that, it's got a bunch of heat shielding on all the hoses so you don't burn the crap out of your hand. It's got a little cover for the port so you don't get sand in there. The gauge is actually accurate, and then right here, I mean, not that you really would, you twist it and it can work as a deflator. So it's kind of an all-in-one thing. But just the fact that I can talk to you guys while it's on is pretty freaking awesome. Highly recommend it.
And remember, what's your goal?